All right. Welcome to the WO Radio Show. I am your host, Richie Redneck Pimp King. We're down to Commander. He's down today. He had to go to VA, and y'all know how that works out. Somehow he had a scheduled appointment that didn't jive with his schedule, so we had to go take care of that. And if he didn't, they like to get us in trouble. So that being said, I'm here, and here in a few minutes, we're going to have Devil Doc. He'll be on. And then we got a special guest for y'all. Y'all remember it was Vincent Morales. He works for the tiny homes for veterans. He's going to be coming on. We're going to have a good, long conversation with him today. So share out. Let's get this out there, please. Share out, and let's see where this goes. And we'll put on. Let's see if we can't put on an outstanding show for y'all today. All right. So let's see how this works out. All right. Dean Cerny. What's up, brother? How you doing? Like I said, we're going to have the other host coming in here periodically through the day. Devil Doc will be on as soon as he's done with his family dinner. He had a family dinner he had to attend. Commander's out. Like I said, he won't be today. Nothing serious. Just VA had a snafu. Imagine that. VA having a snafu, huh? And so we got to do. We got some things lined up for you. We got what is it? A brand new what is it? Okay. We'll get to that in a second. Our topic is the most dangerous human beings from each state. Okay. And we probably won't finish the list because, like I said, Vincent Morales will be on in a little while. So when he comes on, we'll pop him on and we'll have a conversation about the Veterans Community Project and everything there to pertaining. Major announcement. We have a Warrior Fest November 12th. We are having Warrior Fest November 12th. It's in Cameron, Missouri. That's all I got right now. I know as far as comedian side goes, Roy Anthony said he's going to perform. And myself, obviously, going to perform and take care of the hosting duties and all that. It'll be a busy day for me and sell merch and all that stuff. We're going to try to go live. The venue we got is having their internet worked on. They're going to try to get it working by then. Hopefully they do. So we'll go live on YouTube only. It'll be only on YouTube. Okay. And there you go. I've reached out to several bands. This year we will not have Reality Becomes unless they change their mind. They got a scheduling conflict. But Reality Becomes finally. This will be the first Warrior Fest since the second one that they haven't been able to come to. Sorry about that. We love them. We love them anyway. They're frequent watchers of the show, so we love them. Hopefully something changes and we can all hook up and get that done. Other than that, I haven't got much more information on the bands right now, but I do have information on the comedians. So they're coming up in Typhoon Panda. I reached out to him, and we're going to see what all he's got to say. All right. Well, that being said, let's move on here. Get my rant. Now, my rant is quite simple. This, okay. I had another rant planned, but this one's someone out there don't like W Entertainment, and that's fine. I ain't trying to make everybody happy. But one of the comments they made is we give out misinformation on this show. Well, I'm here to tell you we don't give out misinformation on the show because the fans and Dean Cerny and other people through time will testify to this. If something's wrong, you put it in the comments, we'll make a correction. I was corrected on the Custer that time. Forget about the question, but one of our viewers said, no, it was this date. Sorry, it was that date. They had a problem with election results. They had a problem with me talking about dead people didn't vote or anything. Listen, a lot of stuff on this comedy, in my opinion, but it wasn't misinformation. If I can find it on the internet and prove to you, it's misinformation. Now, what I don't want to hear anymore of is people on YouTube talking about Donald Trump was affiliated with Russia. There's no proof of that. He's never been arrested. So as long as YouTube is fair and gets both sides of the aisle, that's fine. Other than that, that's my that's what pisses me off. We are not misinformation anybody on here. Half the time, stuff I say is comedy stuff, and you guys know that ahead of time. A lot of times, if I'm reading off the computer, I'm reading off the computer. So if you can find it, and it's a reputable source, it's facts. Problem I have with misinformation is who determines if it's misinformation. That's my problem with that. Other than that, I think it's a good thing. If you want to check, great. Just make sure it's fair on both sides. That's all I ask. Make sure it's fair on both sides. Don't harass me about putting every little thing. I left Facebook because we're getting harassed every time I play music. No one is. It was public domain or something else, I wasn't making money off of, not profiting from any of this stuff. And I never had, I always won the appeal. Always won the appeal. But they always cut me on my feed, so it pissed me off. So when on anyway, since I own W Entertainment, I speak for everyone on here. W Entertainment is not trying to give you out misinformation. A lot of time we give our opinion, which you can't censor that. Our opinions are opinion. And we love our fans, love you all. And whoever's watching me just to snitch on me, thanks for watching. I appreciate the view, man. I do. I appreciate the view. Thank you very much. All right, let's get off that before we get into somewhere we probably don't need to be. Anyway, I love you guys here at YouTube. You've been great to me over the years. You posted my shows and stuff. Thank you. Just be fair. Okay? Let's keep the platform fair. Don't be like Facebook. All right. Here we go. Oh, yes. So what is it? You might get this one and you might not. If you pay attention on Facebook, you've probably seen this on here before. And you may not have. I seen it and I wasn't clear what it was. So I'm going to show you. Here's the rules. I'll show you what this is. You guess it. 100 entries into the mystery box. And Dean Cerny is way out in front. So if you're listening on here and you want to guess this thing during the show, guess it. All right. And get it right because Dean Cerny is smoking you. All right. Of course, you all know it just takes one vote, one entry to win the mystery box. All right. Here we go. All right. Now, here's, like I said, if you put in the right answer, I'll stop the show and give it to you and tell you and write down your entries. If I'm at home, and this is during the week, for you guys who watch me during the week, because I found out a lot of you do, hit me up in the comment. There's a private comment section on YouTube, or just write in on YouTube, and it'll come right up to me, and I'll tell you if you're right. Okay? If you're right, I'll give you the entries. So don't worry about that. You'll get your entries. If you put the wrong answer, I won't even bother you. If I don't hear from you, it's because you gave me the wrong answer. Because trust me, I look at all the stuff that comes through when people ask questions. All right. Now, we're going to do it a little bit different here. I'm going to try to share this to y'all and see if I cannot mess this up. Most dangerous people. No, I'm not on the list for Missouri. But all right, here we go. Let me go back up here. All right, most dangerous human beings from each state. Now, first of all, most dangerous human beings. No kidding. Won't you say most dangerous humans? Well, no kidding, we're beings. Anyway, Kentucky. Donald Harvey. He was a serial killer, obviously. Born in Ohio. Oh, look at there, Dean. One of your dudes. Between 1970 and 1987, he began killing patients by purposely cutting off their oxygen supply. His total victim count stands between 37 and 57 patients, which gained him the title Angel of Death. And he spent most of his time living and working in Kentucky at the hospital. I take it he's a doctor or he was a nurse. Okay. Angel of Death. Now, if you're making comments, I appreciate it. I can't see him when I go screen like this, so forgive me. I'll go back and forth. Number 2, David Berkowitz. He's from New York. Now, y'all know about him, the son of Sam. Despite a huge manhunt and media attention, he managed to escape capture from the police in mocking letters. In total, he killed 8 people. By psychological effects of him killing the city were far greater. Number 3, state of Illinois, John Wayne Gacy. Now, he is the reason a lot of people hate clowns. All right, he's the reason a lot of people hate clowns. And, wow, I don't even need to read much of him. You all know him. He killed all his victims in his home before storing the bodies in a crawl space between the foundations and the ground floor. Okay. Number 4. Let me go back here and check the. Dean Sonny says lots of them are from Ohio. Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson. Yeah, they could have put Dahmer on there. Decontamination station. That is correct. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Interrupt this real quick. Already, we have a winner. That was fast, and I figured Dean would get it if anybody got it. Pay attention. I, at first, I'm this stupid. I thought at first it was a bunch of lights. I'm like, why do they need all them lights? And then I got doing the research. I got curious, and it's like, oh, it's a station for contamination. That is correct, Dean. You will get 100 entries. Where's the pay? Here it is, right here. And 100 entries goes to Dean Cerny. My goodness. I'm about to have the calculator to add all this up, Dean. All right. Good job, Dean. We have a winner. I didn't take long. We'll go back here and we had them all over boat. Okay. Okay. Number 4, Maine, Christian Nelson. Never heard of this guy. And I thought I knew a lot of these people. He was a cook at a restaurant in Maine. He's convicted in 2007 for killing people during the Labor Day weekend celebration. He killed his victims over a 2-day period and dismembered their bodies with a chainsaw, hacksaw, and an axe. Man, that ain't brutal. Man. To this day, the police don't understand why he did it. Man, it looks like he's a dude maybe got pissed off all the noise or something. I don't know. The people that try to figure out why people do things, maybe they're just dicks. How about that? Maybe they're just dicks. Louisiana, Derek Todd Lee. Derek Todd Lee. Derek Todd Lee is widely known as a Baton Rouge serial killer, which should tell you enough about his danger level. He murdered 7 women. Why? Around Baton Rouge between 1992 and 2003. That's a long-ass killing spree. And was convicted in 2004 during manhunt. Lee was placed at a number 3 on the list of America's top 10 fugitives of 2002. Don't he look a little bit like Bo Jackson a little bit? Look like Bo Jackson. All right, number 6, Pennsylvania. Harvey Robinson. Now, see, I do remember. I can't remember. Some of these guys don't say they're dangerous. They don't look a bit dangerous. Look like you'd slapped a taste out of their mouth. But catch anybody in the right time, though, you can beat anybody. That's what my grandpa always said. A coward kills a tough guy. One of my dad's famous sayings: "Coward kills a tough guy." The coward might not want to fight you. He might want to shoot you, put you to sleep, and stab you, or something, anything like that. Anyway, this guy was one of the youngest serial killers in American history, and certainly one of the most dangerous. People from Pennsylvania. He is still imprisoned on death row today. That's another. Why does it take so long to kill these people off? Money. He started killing at age 17 and eventually killed 3 women and attempted to kill a further 2. To kill a further 2, a future 2. Wow. Number 7, California. Thomas Silverstein. Man, he looked like somebody's pawpaw. He spent 42 years in prison before being arrested for armed robbery along with his father and cousin. In prison, he developed a reputation as a dangerous and lethal killer. Eventually put a solitary confinement and a high-security prison for 32 years, killing a corrections officer. Clyde Thompson, number 8, from Texas. Clyde Thompson is known for meanest man in Texas, from his ruthless killing spree, which took place while he was incarcerated. By 1935, he had received 3 life sentences and spent time in prison, known as Little Alcatraz for holding only the most dangerous killers. Where was he from? Texas, huh? All right. Let's see what we got here. Number 9, Florida. Number 9, Florida. Daniel Rolling. Daniel Rolling is such a prolific murderer that he is said to have inspired the screen films. In 1990, Rolling began a violent killing spree on the campus of University of Florida, killing 5 students in just 4 days. He even mutilated the bodies to keep souvenirs for his killings. Okay, he's a little weird too. Not to mention dangerous, but yeah. All right. Number 10, and we have Virginia. Virginia's dangerous man is Charles Stanford Servants. Charles' crimes are somewhat even more horrifying because he killed in broad daylight, scaring neighbors throughout the city of Alexandria, Virginia. Horrifying, he would knock on the stranger's door and immediately shoot them with his gun. Whoa, this guy's crazy. In total, he killed 3 times and was sentenced to life in prison plus 48 years. I don't mean this rude when I say this, but all he killed was 3. That's it. I mean, there's a lot of guys on here that killed way more than that. I mean, I know Virginia's had way more people killed than that by one guy, but they got him down as the most dangerous guy. Let's move on. He's where he needs to be. Number 11, Alaska. Okay. Robert Hansen. Robert Hansen was also known as Butch Baker. Okay, this is mine. Butcher Baker also is most certainly one of the most dangerous people from the isolated state of Texas. Between 1971 and 1983, Hansen raped and murdered at least 17 women in and around Anchorage, and it's suggested that he has assaulted over 30. How many of you think he looks like Buddy Holly? A little bit. Look like Buddy Holly a little bit. Number 12. Let's see what we got for number 12, who it is. I don't know if they're going in order or not, but here we go. Florida, Wayne Williams. Now I've heard of this guy. Yeah, he was. There's nobody who even comes close to Wayne Williams when it comes to the most dangerous person in Georgia. He is suspected of killing or committing many of the so-called Atlanta child murders between 1979 and 1981. He was eventually only convicted of 2 of them. Wow. But after he was put away, the murders stopped. That's a pretty fair chance that he was involved in more of them. Pretty fair chance. Utah, Gary Ridgway. Now this is a fairly newer one here. We're all in our hearts and minds. Remember this guy, the Green River Killer is what he's called him, I believe it was. Yeah, Green River Killer. He they caught him by paint chips off of his car and grinder pieces. That's how they caught him. Man, forensic science come a long way, and good for forensic science. Gary Ridgway is probably one of the most dangerous people in the U.S. Never mind in Utah. Called the Green River Killer, he was convicted of 48 murders in Washington, mainly of teenage girls and women. His main M.O. was strangling them, though he would sometimes have his victims run from him in the woods near his house so he could hunt them down. Oh, he likes to hunt people down, huh? Yeah, right now I'm sure he's a predator in with other predators right now. Okay, I'm going back to the comments here. Nobody so far. All right, let's move on. There we go. Sorry about that. It got a little slow. Number 14, Washington State, Robert Lee Yates. Now, this guy's a veteran. It kind of pisses me off when I see this happen amongst us veterans because, I'm just a veteran. We're trying to protect people, not kill them. But anyway, Yates killed at least 11 women in Washington, most of which were sex workers working in Spokane. He killed most of his victims by shooting them in the head before jumping into the number of their bodies in rural areas. Man. What uniform is that, Dean? Leave it. That's Army, isn't it? Leave a comment, please. And let me know, brother. All right, number 15, Massachusetts. Massachusetts got one. Alfred Gaynor. Albert Gaynor. He killed. He started his killing spree in 1995 when he killed a 40-year-old woman in her own apartment. After that, he started killing more regularly, a few women each year, often raping them as well. He finally was arrested in 1998 and received 4 life sentences. 4 life sentences. Let's go back and see what Dean had to say. Army. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate that, brother. Who's next? Ohio. Oh, Dean, here you go. Anthony Sewell. I didn't know if you thought that was going to be the guy that the survey picked, but you tell me if you think this is the right guy in your state. The Cleveland Strangler is what they called him. Anthony Sewell killed 11 women around Cleveland, Ohio. In the end, his crime was only discovered when bodies were uncovered in the backyard of his home. Somebody's ain't very bright, are they? He can't imagine how grisly this must have been for the police officers who found it. And let's see. Okay, there we go. 17. New Jersey, Charles Cullen, New Jersey. Like the angel of death, Donald Harvey, Charles Cullen was also a hospital worker who killed his own patients. Although police have officially linked him to 29 victims, they suggest that he could have killed up to 400 people. Damn. Making him without a doubt the most dangerous person on this list. Yeah, because people are real vulnerable in the hospital, man. Okay, New Jersey. Arizona, here we go. Arizona's got one. Robert Comer. He looks like he's killed a few. Robert Comer was deemed so dangerous that he was first prison inmate to be put to death in Arizona since 2000. He was convicted of murder after killing of a camper, Larry Pritchard, near Apache Lake in Arizona in 1987. After stabbing Pritchard in the neck, Comer and his girlfriend stole some of the victim's belongings, including his dog. He killed one guy and took his dog, and he got man, took the guy's dog. Michigan, Tamara Williams. Oh, our first lady hits the deal. One of our ladies, the very first lady hits the deal here. Michigan, Tamara Williams. Tamara Williams is still wanted for the brutal murder of her boyfriend, David Carter. This makes her one of the most dangerous people in Michigan right now. David's remains were found along a stretch of highway in Michigan. Tamara had killed and dismembered him. Now rewards stand at $10,000 for information. You know what? It's brutal what she did, but shouldn't she be convicted before she make this list? I don't know. She's a bad woman, no. But dismembering like that's a new kind of crazy. South Carolina, Henry Wallace. Yeah, Henry Wallace. He's a little something, all right. Yep, I remember this one on the news. Yep, you're right, Dean. He was something else. Yeah, Henry Wallace is a serial killer who killed 11 black women. You know, they have to put a race to it. These other guys killed black and white. They just said women. I don't know. What state was that? South Carolina. Wallace is who killed 11 black women in South Carolina between 1990 and 1994. His first victim was an 18-year-old student whose body he dumped in a lake. He was finally arrested in March of 94, and over 12 hours he confessed to the horrific crimes. He don't look like P. Diddy. Don't he look like Puffy? No. I'm sorry, Biggie Smalls. It looks like Biggie Smalls. Biggie, yeah, it looks like Biggie Smalls. Notorious B.I.G. Oh, man, that's messed up. Oregon. My brother's home there from Oregon. Here's one for you. Dayton Leroy Rogers. He might be brothers to Aaron Rodgers a little bit. Dayton Rogers currently sits on death row in Oregon for his crimes. His nickname was Maleta Forest murderer, as he dumped many of his victims' bodies in a rural forest in Malaya, Oregon. He would most often pick up prostitutes, kill them in the forest. What's the deal? Why does all these men, let me get a drink. Why does all these men want to kill prostitutes for? That's I don't know. I don't know. I know easy victims, I guess. Easy prey. Indiana, John Dillinger. Oh, yeah, this guy, something else now. We're going back in time for this criminal. John Dillinger was the leader of the Dillinger Gang during the Great Depression and was well-known criminal through a colorful personality. However, he was also highly skilled, and he and his gang became somewhat most notorious people in Indiana at the time. I don't know really. This is just my opinion, but John Dillinger and we never met or nothing like he did before I even said it. I'm fascinated with these guys back in the day like that. I wouldn't say he's, one of the most dangerous guys, but Neil, tell me what you think about him. However, he was also highly skilled. Yeah, I read it to you. John Dillinger. Okay, let's take a break from this. We're on number 22. Let's go see if my guest is ready. He sent me a deal. I'm going to tell him to come on in. All right, sorry about that downtime. Anyway, John Dillinger, all right, John Dillinger, y'all, like I said, I don't know them guys back in the day during the Depression, the gangster time. Yeah, they were dangerous, but I got a real problem how some of them were arrested, like Bonnie and Clyde, for example. They ambushed Bonnie and Clyde. They just ambushed. They murdered Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, murdered Bonnie and Clyde. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to introduce you here to a gentleman who's became a good buddy of mine. I like him to death. He's entertaining. He does a lot for veterans. He helps with tiny homes. He's one of the top guys. You've seen him before. Please give a warm welcome back to Vincent Morales, Veterans Community Project guy, guru, and everything. How you doing, brother?
How we doing, brother? Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. I don't know if you've seen part of the show. We were going over some of the most dangerous men in every state.
World's most dangerous man, state by state?
Yeah, so far, yeah. We're on.
So am I on the list for any of the states?
No, I ain't either. No, we're
Okay.
not. That's because we're productive citizens.
There you go. But just for historical knowledge, man, the three greatest Missourians happen to be Harry Truman, Josie Wales, and Vinnie Moe. So
Vinnie Moe.
I hope I make the list one day.
Jesse James who? Frank who? yeah. Well, like I tell everybody, I'm from a small town, Jamesport, Missouri. Okay, there's three famous people from Jamesport, Missouri. One is the lady who played Moses' mom in the Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Two is Fog Allen. Everyone, if you're a sports person, you know Fog Allen. Fog Allen coached basketball, football on Missouri and Kansas.
Okay.
Fog Allen Arena is named after him, right? He's from Jamesport, Missouri, and me. Okay, so anyway.
Hey, it's a pleasure to know you. It's a pleasure to be back on the show. I always love being in the company of famous people, and the fact that you keep inviting me back, that even says even more, because I'm not everyone's cup of tea, brother.
Yeah. Well, you certainly are a cup of tea. Well, the Veterans Community Project, we had you on before, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit. What's going on? You're going to come back on and talk about from last time how far you guys advanced and what project you're working on.
Yes,
sir. The floor is yours.
Outstanding. So, Veterans Community Project, just a real quick elevator speech. Founded in 2016 by a group of combat veterans, myself being one of them. Our goal truly was to help our brothers and sisters locally. It was never a national expansion or look at that, what that could look like. And when we finished our project, 49 tiny homes here in Kansas City, Missouri, located off 89th and Truce, 5,000 square foot community center, the nation truly just said, how did you guys do this? How did you get around this red tape? What did you do to make this happen? We had so many inquiries, over 600 inquiries from municipalities, local cities, state and federal representatives, just veterans that want to give back. We really felt, morally obligated to do the best that we can do for our countrymen. And what that ended up looking like is now the mission that we're on now is our national expansion. So we are currently building in Longmont, Colorado, which is right outside of Denver, 35 tiny homes there. And if everything goes to plan, which it should, if we don't have any COVID hiccups or any other construction hiccups, we're looking hopefully to house veterans by the beginning of next year. And we have a project in St. Louis, Missouri, 50 tiny homes, community center and outreach center. And if everything works out there, no construction delays, all those other fun things, we're looking to house veterans by the end of this year. Another project going on in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 25 tiny homes. That city has truly set the standard for what expansion and what it looks like to take care of this nation's heroes. We are just, moving at a very rapid pace there, that we are truly, we're happy about it. And it's not our success. It is Sioux Falls as a city and their success and their desire to help their veterans. And if everything works out right there, we'll be housing veterans ASAP. I can tell you that. We're hopefully looking at, the beginning of the year, maybe second quarter of next year. And then we have two projects. I actually just spent the last week down in one of our projects, kind of doing that behind the scenes work. But in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, right there by the Capitol, right in Oklahoma City. Amazing property there. Looking at 40 tiny homes there. And that project is really, taking on its life of its own. We're in the beginning stages, so there will be a lot more coming up in the next 6 months. We're breaking ground on all the other fun stuff. And then we have another project in Milwaukee. And that right there is in its very, very early stages. Just acquired the land and are looking at the design phase, what it'll look like, and all the other great things that we have to do to make this project get off the ground. But truly, Veterans Community Projects model is not to compete, but to complement services. We know that there are a lot of other agencies out there, a lot of individuals that are already doing great things for our warriors. So we just want to be able to help facilitate those interactions. We also love the fact that we can bring community in, brother. That's huge.
Right.
A lot. You want to talk VCP, brother? I'll download it all day long.
That was quite a list of accomplishments that you guys got going on there. It really is. And listen, I'm proud to be with you guys. I know one of your partners, I guess, people work there. Michelle Orpin.
Michelle Orpin, our Kansas City Director of Development.
Yeah, she's got I've been trying to get a hold of her. Matter of fact, I know she puts on these bike ride for motorcycles, and I know they're leaving. There's going to be in Cameron, Missouri, which is where my office is, and they're going to be going out to Kansas City somewhere. I think where they're going, Liberty somewhere. They're going to take a nice ride.
Holt, Missouri.
Can you? Yeah. Okay. Can you talk a little about that?
So that actually, and hopefully we're speaking about the same event. That was actually hosted by Two Wheel Patriots.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that actually just took place this Saturday. I was there. Last minute thing, and I love that they made. I like to think of myself as a soldier, a veteran, a man of the people. So when they said, "Hey, we got this event. I know you just got done working an entire week in Oklahoma, but can you take it?" I said, "Hell yeah! I love being out with my brothers and sisters." So Two Wheel Patriots did a ride from Cameron, Missouri, in their veterans home there, all the way to Holt, Missouri. And the shitty part of the day was the weather. The ride, the turnout was amazing, and that just proves the dedication of the individuals who support our warriors. It was amazing. We were out there. They raised a pretty good amount of money for us. Had a lot of good raffle items out there. It was a very family-friendly event, so I had a chance to bring my daughters out there with me. So that was a really, really kick-ass event. I was happy to be a part of it.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to get a hold of her to get a big part of that as well. But
I'm going to connect you to, and I'll make sure you guys make it happen. And Michelle, she is our Director of Development in Kansas City. She is an amazing individual, and she'll work with you.
Yeah, that's good. I did get a phone call from someone wanting me to join the walk wanted me to walk in one of their thorns. I'm like, I'll tell some jokes or something. Does it look like I walk anywhere?
Hey, me and you on the same boat, brother. So that I think it may be the one tomorrow. We're actually doing an awareness / fundraising event from our village in Kansas City, Missouri, to the village in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh wow!
And it's actually a combination of runners, walkers, and individuals on a bike. And that's going to take, I think they planned it out for 48 or 72 hours. I can't remember exactly. Everybody gets a little bit of a leg. So that actually kicks off tomorrow at 2 o'clock, 1400 at 8900 Truce. And then we'll end there at our village in St. Louis, Missouri at 1515 Grand Avenue.
We'll get some shout outs real quick. Guys, we're on here with Vincent Morales. He's a friend of WO Entertainment Radio Show. He's been on here 2 or 3 times already. Count this time. I want to say a big shout out to Dean Cerny, one of our fans. He's on here watching. Justin Kinney says, yo, what's up, brother? How you doing? Show Mom's here. She says, I'm here. So she's here. Okay. Beyond Life Paranormal Research says, hello, everyone. Russell, brother, how you doing? That's Russell Reynolds, friend. I like him. Julia Romaine, she says, hi, all. She's one of our fans also. She's from Australia.
Okay.
So we got a big wide range of yeah. We even had some people in Iraq. I don't know, nobody know Iraq, but if they want to watch, go ahead. I mean, if life is that bad for you in Iraq, you got to watch me. You having a bad day, buddy.
The beautiful part about it is when you look at those foreign nations that we've been in, a lot of it is it's because service members are in tune, and then we connect them, and they're like, man, I don't know what that show was, but that guy was funny. He was amazing. I loved it. And the next thing you know, it grows. It's amazing, man.
Yeah. See, Reality Becomes, great band come up. I just got word, I just got it together. A Warrior Fest. I know we talked about that before. This year it's in Cameron, Missouri again. We had it here last year, and we're going back. So it is on officially. Warrior Fest will go on. It's November the 12th in Cameron, Missouri. I would like for you to come down, bring some people down from Veterans Project. Come on down, and we're gonna have comedians there. We're gonna have a couple bands play.
Okay.
We're just raising money to help with veterans with PTSD and suicide rate amongst the veterans. As you know, it's 22 a day. I don't have to tell you that you're affiliated.
Well, and I'll tell you, all the truth is, I would love to be there, and I will be there. That's obviously the day after Veterans Day. So please, brother, and if it's on Facebook or if it's on your page, give me that info. We'll be out there. I'd love to take it. Cameron is not that far away from Kansas City. The hop's giving a jump. And anytime I can be out there to support my brothers and sisters, get some camaraderie, drink some cold beer, talk some shit, tell some jokes, I'm always in for that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try to get all laid out. New person owns the venue now, so he's a tax guy. Okay, he told me, he goes, listen, I count numbers. That's all I do. You take care of everything else. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Just give me the key. And so we're gonna get in there. We're gonna get it on. We're gonna do it. It's a 1-day event. We're gonna start at 5 o'clock. We're gonna have comedians, bands. It's gonna be a good time. Raising money again for our brothers and sisters that commit suicide. 22 a day. That's a real pandemic to us. 22 a day.
Oh, there's no way around that, and a lot of that can be mitigated.
No
community, but just being able to talk to each other, brother. I get calls from guys I serve with 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Doesn't make a difference. My line is always open to people I serve with or not, because sometimes, man, we just need to be able to let it out, express what's going on, and we think nobody cares, nobody can understand, and then a lot of us really do care, and we do understand. So overcoming the hump, brother.
Yeah. Like we get in the conversation, people are like, I grew up rough. You don't understand. Then I get telling them, they're like, damn, man, why ain't you trying to commit suicide? It's because I'm good at 2 things in life: beating people up in comedy. Well, one of them, the judge don't like me.
That's why me and you get along, brother.
The judge don't like me doing one of them, but he's came to my show on the other one. So
that's a good deal.
That's good, yeah. So, and the next leading killer is 12 a day. That's from our teens, and I read something that number's starting to rise. Our teens. I mean, life's just begun for you guys, and I know a few teens watch the show. Life's just beginning. What you're going through now that's all going to change when you get to be an adult. Things are going to get harder in some areas. You're going to wish you was a kid again, but there's going to be some areas where you're glad you got that freedom. So to our teens, hey, guys, we love you too. Hang on.
Oh, 100%. You're the future, and and any of us at this stage in life that aren't vested in you or teaching you how to be vested in yourself, then we need to reevaluate, because that is the future of our country. And patriotism at one point in time in this country was standard issue. I would like to see that being standard issue again.
I will. I'd love to see it again. And see, there's a lot of things too. What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. I would like to see it too, but listen, they're starting to suppress people. They're starting to press your opinion. If you can say my opinion is this, they want to shut you down. They want to press that. Look, you can't say that. Actually, I can say any damn thing I want to. I'm a veteran. The Constitution says I can. Now, you look it up. If you think I'm lying to you, don't tune in. Don't listen. All right. But one thing I have on my platform here, and I've always had it, and I've had fans do it. If I'm giving you some wrong information, I'm not doing it intentionally. If you correct me on there, I will change it. You correct me and tell me what the real truth is. I got no problem saying what the real truth is. Okay. People who put up misinformation won't change. They won't change the truth. They just pound it. We don't do that here, and that's why a lot of people keep coming back. So,
well, and the thing of it is too, like true growth is to be able to own your mistakes and adjust it from them. You can have your opinions, your beliefs, and we may not believe the same thing, but I respect the fact that you believe that. That is what we fought for. Yes. I may not agree with you, but I agree with the fact that we can disagree. Right. That's what this country is based upon. And we can come to a solution. And if not, hey, I don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you, brother. I wish you in life, and well, maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Yeah, there's a term that all veterans know, and everybody needs to say it and learn it. We agree to disagree. That don't mean we still can't have a cold drink together.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That means there's a lot of friends I got. We won't talk politics. We won't, because we will be physically in a fight. Okay, that's how passionate we are about our side of politics. You take politics out, man. We can ride 4-wheelers, we can hunt, fish, play cards, do whatever the city people do, whatever. As soon as you talk to politics, it's always a bad fight. It's even worse than religion. People talk religion, have an argument, go on. Politics anymore, it's getting, he did this, no, he did this, prove it. And so now the gender conversation is getting. They're telling you got to say certain nouns. First of all, I can't spell noun. Okay, so I'm gonna call whatever. I grew up. You're a male. You're a male. If you're a female, there's nothing wrong with being a mom. Why call a woman a birthing person? No, she's a mom. That's an honor for her to be a mom.
I was told by a very smart and influential woman of my life that men and women are not equal. Women were created to do all the things that men cannot do, and that is a lot of them. And she hit the nail on the head, and I said, Grandma. And as I've gotten over, as I progressed through the years, I said, man, she was sure right about that. There are a lot of things that I cannot do. We're not equal in that aspect. You are my equal, but I'm built for a reason. You're built for a reason.
Yes.
And we're a team when we come together and build a family, make our country better, service our community. That's what matters. And you got to find that partner for you and whatever.
That's right. That's right. People need to remember, like you said, we are not the same. We're not. I can't give birth to babies. I can make them, but it takes a woman to give birth. Period. In the story, And who am I to judge? Listen, if you're a man who dress like a woman, I don't care if you want to dress like a woman. Just don't tell me I have to accept you do it. I'll tolerate it because I'm a tolerable person. But don't tell me what I got to do, and then get mad and say, well, I'm offended if you don't call me this. It offends me that you want me to call you that.
To each their own, brother. And
each their own. Go ahead.
That's what makes this country the ideology of who we're supposed to be, and we should always strive to be better. But to each their own.
We should. Let's go back on you. What your project is? What's your next big project you got coming up? And if you need any help, ask on here right now.
So our next big project nationally is just to continue our expansion. We're looking to identify hopefully anywhere between 2 and 4 cities every year to expand. Here in Kansas City, and this is the big one, we are building what is being deemed a navigation center. So for the audience, now just kind of going over VCP's mission, we identify veteran in a non-traditional way. So anybody that raised their right hand is a veteran to us. For context, less than 0.5% serve our country. 0.045% raise their right hand to volunteer for our country. Since the draft has went away, that is the nature of it. And Sergeant Morales had different feelings about that. But now, as I see where life and the journey has taken me, people get hurt, and it's not their fault. People get hurt in basic training. The military railroads them out. We just spent 2 decades in one of the most advanced wars that we've had. And at the end of it, if they raise their right hand to serve this country, they are our brothers and sisters, and we will serve them. So,
Yeah.
the Veterans Community Project, that is the next big project. We are building a navigation campus, which will be at the corner of 89th and Truce as well,
Mhm.
which will triage and assist veterans that walk in the door, whether they are VA eligible or whether they're 2 weeks of service. And we are also host community providers, from the VA to social service agencies to anybody that wants to accept veterans help and where they're at. We are creating that as we speak, and this, as we know, here in the metro, will be the first of its kind. So we're really, really proud of that. It's about a 5-year build. We are about 2 years into it, still raising the capital. So that one's huge. That Veteran Navigation Campus, brother, that one's huge. And barbecue sauce. Just FYI, we do barbecue sauce, and we just got into a new market in St. Louis at the Schnucks. So coming to you in all West Lakes here in Kansas City, Missouri, as well as Sioux Falls, but Schnucks there in St. Louis. All the Bravo Q.
Okay. Well, you talking about raising your right hand? Welcome. I was always taught, as soon as you made it through boot camp, if you graduated out of boot camp, went through that crap, then you were a veteran if you got out. That's how we identified it. We got a huge fan of ours, a band, Reality Becomes. They played several Warrior Fests for us. Outstanding people. They do a lot for the veterans themselves. They have a question for you. They want to know about Angela Gum. Is she a part of anything you do?
Yes, she is. Angela is a godsend. She is our chief financial officer.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with us, I want to say, going on 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
She's just been an amazing asset to our team, and make sure that we are being fiscally responsible in all that we do, keeping us on track and making sure that we hit our goals. And especially in this navigation campus, we have a goal to hit. She's definitely that, with the development team, the driving force to make sure we stay on track and we're taking care of the veterans, and we're fulfilling our promises.
Well, I guarantee you, if you put a woman in charge of finances, they're going to go the right way. What do you think so many women run finances for? I mean, man, we say, hey, I want that. No, we got built. Oh, okay.
Very much so.
Keep us on track. Yeah. The Reality Becomes asked that question because one of their band members is her ex-husband.
Oh, okay.
They get along. I mean, so
good deal. Good deal.
And like I said, he's been playing. And if you got any benefit concerts coming up, Reality Becomes up there. I think they're out of Blue Springs, Missouri.
Okay.
So they're not far. Man, they're a heavy metal band. They play about anything, but they're a heavy metal band. They write some of their own stuff, and they do some cover. Not very much cover, but
and outstanding. I'll follow up with Angela on that. So thank you very much. I got 2 do-bags now. I got to get with Michelle and Angela. Not an issue, brother.
I could drop names all day.
Yes, sir.
I'm a man of the people.
There we go.
Okay. So you got national, local. Are you trying to move from Kansas City this way? I know you did some stuff in St. Louis. Okay. Mm-hmm. What do you got? Anything local coming around us? Toward Cameron, Excelsior Springs, anything like that?
So we've had a lot of those conversations, and truly, that is a goal of ours in 5 to 10 years down the road.
Nice.
What we're really looking at is those larger cities, those hub cities where you have a lot of that concentration. The truth of it is, the need for VCP and entities like ours is everywhere, from Cameron to Holt to Wichita to Salina. These in between cities. Columbia is another example. There's a lot of need for it, but for our model and our growth, the target are some of these larger cities, because once we establish that foothold, we can then assess are these smaller cities worth it? And some of these cities are going to be villages. I apologize. 5, maybe 10, maybe 15 big, but that's a lot. One life is immeasurable. So
absolutely. I don't know if we ever told you the story or not. A couple years ago, we had a gentleman named Stan, huge fan of ours, watched every single episode. He'd rewind to watch it again. He just thought that I was witty and funny. I don't know what's wrong with him. Anyway, he came on here one day and he said, guys, I'm not doing very well. I'm thinking about not going on anymore. Everybody on the show, everybody in the comments, everybody just turned to him and showed him nothing but love. Got him over that hump, got him going again. Tragically, 3 months later, he died of a massive heart attack.
Wow.
His wife at the time hit us up and said, "Guys, I don't want a handout. I just need a little help." He left me in a financial bind. I just need a little bit. So we had an all-day marathon for her, and one of our bands got in and he said, "Hey, how much do you need?" And we told him, and so they got hold of her directly and wrote her a check. One of the bands that did Warrior Fest with us did that, and so we've got a lot of great fans that watch us on here. A lot of great fans that care, and that's why you and I hook up. And I love veterans. I watch you guys on some of the stuff you guys do on there all the time. It's just amazing. And me being a carpenter for 30 years, I understand how the carpenter part works also. And you guys do great, amazing things. They're just beautiful homes. The fact that you can squeeze every space into something. I mean, they had some back in 2017 at Santa Calagon Day at the festival. I had a booth up there selling some of my wood art I made. And I said, "Can I walk through there?" Guy said, "Yeah, come over." He said, "You're a veteran?" I said, "I am." I introduced myself and told him I was with W Entertainment, Comedy Vets. And he let me in this place. And I'm thinking, it don't look, I mean, it looks just small now. So, I mean, I've built garages bigger than some of these houses, right? I go in there like, something like I'm Harry Potter. Like, this thing just grew on me. It's like, what is going on here?
It's a lot more. It's a lot more when you walk in. So they're 260 square feet. You have a full kitchenette. There's a bathroom. There's room for your storage. There's a mini split. There's an armoire so you can have all your dressers and stuff. And truly, as much as I love being an American, I bleed red, white, and blue, brother. But nothing exceeds like excess in this country. And we're all about stuff. We got to have more stuff. I got to build a garage to hold my stuff. As George Carlin said it best, right? Stuff. So when you're moving into the tiny home, whether it's a VR program or just traditional living, you realize, especially from a veteran standpoint, this, brother, you can live on one bag. One duffel bag will get you through a 12-month period. I know because I've done it several times. We all know because we've done it several times. So, but when you get there, though, it's amazing because it's the veterans, it's theirs. And they have that sense of pride. It's housing with dignity. And they also realize that, like, man, I don't need all this stuff. Like, as much as my house, I actually try to get rid of stuff as much as I can. I'm not a stuff guy. But those tiny homes, they really are feel like home, safety, security, the community. I mean, the housing model we picked is amazing. It truly is.
Yes, every one of them. I know not all of them are the same. No, I know like the villages, but they're just the space and the beautiful. Now I want to talk a little construction with you on here. I know this might bore some people, but bear with me, guys. We'll get to the comedy part here a little bit too. Can you go into some of the details? And then last show I meant to ask you, I didn't a couple months back, but what kind of insulation, what kind of siding is this? What is your preferred materials?
So for our project, the houses particularly, there's a slab on grade, stick built, right, and that is it's a 50% between the community and contractors because we definitely want skilled labor. Our houses are all insulated. So initially, the first build was traditional fiberglass. We actually got a lot smarter and gained more space, and went with foam board and wrapped it. So we are insulated at actually like R42, I want to say it is.
Yes, yeah.
And then our siding is vinyl siding. Okay. So that's really amazing. And the houses are all electric. They are run by the heat and cool by a mini split. So they're really energy efficient. We're looking less than $50 to $60 a month to actually run the house. And then the beauty part about it is that on the outside, if you look at our village, we don't have a cookie cutter impression. There's different pitches in the roofs, different colors, which actually correspond with each branch of service. But on the inside, from the programmatic standpoint, the houses are standard. We have that bed in the corner, as brother, like when you go out with a group of people, all vets or anybody that's been through trauma, they like to be able to identify the exits, right? It is what it is. It's natural training. So for our program, that bed is put there so that veteran has that sense of safety and security. Right. It's huge. And I can tell you right now, the going cost for a house sponsorship is about $60,000.
Oh, wow.
COVID really affected that from a lot of different standpoints. Supply chain issues, price of lumber went up. Where we truly benefit, and this is just even in our name, is community agencies, community partners, people wanting to come down, volunteer and or donate their time. The in-kind portion is huge to our organization because every dollar we save on concrete or framing or skilled labor or roofing can go back to our programming, can go back to getting another veteran off their feet. So that's kind of that. I construction wise, I can tell you that I have a hand in designing of the village. And the designs of the village are legitimately built for that inclusive feel of a community, but not exclusive from the community. So we don't want to build a village that's gated and our veterans feel like they're kind of insulated, and then the community, oh, what are they doing? We want to, invite people into the community because that's what our program truly is about, is full reintegration.
Right.
So we have volunteer days. Some of those things that necessarily don't need to be a trade, carpentry, electric, stuff that you kind of want to work to standard, like electricity, particularly. We contract out. We have a lot of volunteer days, and volunteers is what makes this organization run to the standard that it does.
Right.
House painting, setting the housing, finishing, all those amazing things. Landscaping is always huge, right? Those are amazing things. And I always encourage anybody listening to hop on to our webpage, veteranscommunityproject.org. Look on the volunteer tab, register, find out when it is. So we are having volunteer days right now in St. Louis, Missouri, as well as Longmont and our Kansas City Village. And Sioux Falls is in the hopper the next 30 to 6 days. You'll see those opportunities present themselves.
Nice. Now, my dad had a question. He knew he's coming on, and he moved up to Iowa now. He lives at way up in the Iowa, Nebraska line right there, Sioux City, Iowa. But he knew you was coming on. He remember last time. He wants to know what you guys got coming up around that area. If you got anything around Iowa, not Des Moines. I mean, around that area.
So we've actually had conversations with Sioux City and some individuals in that city. Nothing has came to fruition as of yet, but kind of right now where we're at with our growth, our goal truly is those bigger cities that are kind of in the Midwest region. So I can tell you right now, Chicago is a city we've had conversations with, Sioux City as well. We've actually had conversations with Omaha.
Okay.
Truly, what we do as a national expansion team is we have this playbook. And this is not Kansas City veterans going to Sioux City or Chicago or Omaha or any other city and saying, this is how you do it. We're going to come do this. This is saying, here's the playbook. We're going to assist you with this. But if your city truly wants to end veteran homelessness and help its nation's warriors, you're going to take this playbook and run with it with our guidance. We're going to give you the playbook, brother, and then we're going to coach you through it. Right. So a lot of these cities that have came to fruition, because they really want to end this problem. They see that these guys have the game plan. All we have to do now is execute.
Absolutely. And guys, if you just tuned in, we're here with Vincent Morales again, Veterans Community Project. And he's talking about what they got going on, what they've accomplished so far. Find the local chapter or whatever you call them in your area and volunteer. They need people. He just said they need people to paint. They need people to build, stick frame homes. The difference between a stick frame home, you got them on center and they go up and down. The girts go sideways like a pole barn. Okay. Whatever knowledge you got. If you want to get in, you lay carpet, you're a floor guy and you want to volunteer, get a hold of these people and listen, the pride that comes with this is just amazing. And Vince, if he likes you, he'll bring you on the show.
And brother, truly, like once a year or a couple times a year, veterans will, as a group, will receive recognition, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of individuals do that, and some of my brothers in the organization, it's the jumbotron effect. They'll invite you to a ball game, right? And then when it says you're a veteran, you wave. But people, the average American, people that are connected, they want to do more than just say thank you for your service.
Right.
What does that look like? And that truly is part of our model, is tapping into that reservoir of goodwill. And if you can, cook a meal, if you can put some, some quilts together, if you can, you name it, we can utilize it, because there is a veteran out there who understands and appreciates how much effort you put into this project. And the other part about it, it's also, it's a legacy project in the aspect of a community. Said you're a carpenter, right, brother?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of carpenters in my family, and you ever just kind of drive down the street and you're like, I built that porch, I built that deck, I built that house. You know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
So,
Now, me being 50, my two sons, my daughters, all in public say, "Hey, is that your dad? Oh, dude, he built that gazebo.
yes,
That's a nice gazebo. You still got it? Hell yeah, I still got it. Or something like that."
and that's that instant connectivity. So then,
Yeah.
now years down the road, our goal is to sit there and say, I helped build that tiny home. I helped paint that house. I helped move that veteran in and out of that house.
Yeah.
This is Veterans Community Project, and I am part of the community. And I did
Mhm.
more than say thank you for your service. I went out there
Absolutely.
and donated time, blood, sweat, and tears. We'll keep the blood down, but definitely sweat and tears.
Yeah. Let's ease up on the blood part. Yeah. Guys, we're here having a conversation with my friend Vincent Morales, Veterans Community Project owner, manager. He's got many titles, wears many hats. Great dude. If you can't volunteer, if you're not in a position to volunteer, and some of us are not, some of us are you just can't. Then if you want to write a check, money order, whatever you want to do. Hey, if it's $1, he's not going to turn $1 away. Send him something. Help out the veterans. Do your part. If you want to, if they need some shingles, you want to pay for them, that's up to you, whatever. Feel free. Don't be scared to do that. You can do it quietly. Nobody has to know. Contact Vincent Morales, Veterans Community Project. It's online. Type it in and go right to it. That's how I found him. I mean, I'm an idiot. So, that's how I found him.
But, hey, brother, you are far from that. You are doing great things here, and I appreciate you having me back on the show. You're an amazing patriot. You're a great comedian. I love you giving me the opportunity to spread our mission and talk about these things, man. So thank you, brother, truly.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. One thing I don't do, I'm not one of the guys that say, hey, I don't do that. If someone honors me, they honor me. That's up to them. I'm not, looking for that. I mean, I get my glory from being on stage, making someone laugh. That's what I like to do. I like to see a smile on their face. Come in and let me, let me make you laugh. Tell me what kind of comedy you like, so I don't offend you. Because a lot of people get offended, but I'll make you laugh. I do a lot of impressions, whatever. And that's just way of being. And you're the same way. You got to be a selfless person to be in the line of work you're in. Okay. Because the veterans you guys are coming through, it's not a permanent home. You are putting them in there in the hopes that they could find something else and get them on their feet. And you have to see them again. All right. That leads me to my question. Unfortunately, I'm sure you have a comeback. How many veterans do you release and have to end up coming back, or do they?
So at this current time, we actually are at an 85% success ratio. So that leaves a 15%,
Nice.
Attrition. But we have actually not had individuals. We've had one individual reapply, and we're working with them right now. Our program is truly life-changing. It is not a revolving door program. It can be, but we set our brothers and sisters up for success when they leave. As I always tell them, we want you here. I love you here. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. But at the same time, we also do a really good follow-up once you leave to make sure that you're staying on track. 30, 60, 90, up to 120 days. And at this current time, as we grow, we're at about a 2-year mark. Still checking in with our brothers and sisters that we're in that who've graduated our program to make sure that they do not fall back down that slope. That's been huge for the program. And it's been very far and few. So I can tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to do sometime, and we'll try to make it between you and I. I'd like for you sometime to pull up to one of these tiny homes with a bus. Okay. Load up a bunch of these veterans and bring them into one of my shows. They can absolutely get in for free. Okay. And just have a good time. Just laugh. I'll let them pick the show if they want family friendly or if they want adult. Okay. I know there's a lot of veterans out there in the comedy world. Here's an interesting stat for you. In the comedy world, it's a 50-50 split. 50% of people like clean comedy, 50% like adult comedy. And I've actually took a survey and I did to 9 shows and got the same exact numbers, believe it or not. It's 50%. A lot of people come to the clean, nice family-friendly show, and some people love that adult. They want to hear some language. They've had a bad day. They want to hear some language. Okay. So, and believe it or not, it's like that. But I want people to choose. I just don't want to show up blind, blindly.
Yeah.
Oh, you offended me. You talking about dinglings? Well, what the hell you think you were? Now, believe it or not, I've had people come to a show. The flyer says adult show, and they come in thinking it's a clean show.
Well, that's buyer beware, right? Buyer beware.
Yeah. One lady got so mad one time, Vincent. I said, "Ma'am, did you drive here?" "Yes, I did." I said, "So that tells me you can read, right?" "Yeah." I said, "Could you read the driver's book?" Yeah, I can read." I grabbed the flyer. I said, "What's that say?" She goes, "W Entertainment presents adult, adult comedy."
There's I actually want to share this with you because this is so fresh in my memory. And this is, Veterans Community Project related.
Go ahead.
Personally related. But I apologize. What today is? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So yesterday, that's where I'm at in life. Yesterday, I had the honor and privilege to work with the gentleman that I deployed with in 2004.
Nice.
To present him with a home that's being built for him for his adaptive care by the Homes for Heroes program. And it is actually down at the Liberty One Memorial. George Brett was in attendance. He's a part of the organization. Lee Greenwood was there and a part of the organization. This brother of mine, we were in Iraq on our first tour, and he was badly injured during a firefight. He's the only one that walked away out of his vehicle that day. So it's a very, very, life-changing moment in my life as well as him. And now, 17 years later, I've been able to connect him with some services and a house that's being built for him and all of his injuries. So yesterday was one of those really, truly full circle days, not just for, Veterans Community Project, but for me on a personal level. Lost good friends that day. And this gentleman is a true standard of a warrior, what he's been through, and just pushing it through. And it truly goes out to the good grace of this country and this community. Blown away that this organization, Helping a Hero, is doing this. They're actually doing it for 100 veterans this year alone.
Okay, nice.
That's amazing. So, our listeners out there, please look on social media for the helpingahero.org, their webpage, or on Facebook. They're on all social medias. It was just a really, really surreal time to be there, to come full circle with that, and to help my brother through this journey. And then I also told him once he gets his house built, he's going to have a beer room so I can come over and crash in his beer room, man. I ain't going to get a house built, man. They got to at least give me a kegerator,
One of our listeners put.
I see it.
Again, this is all, guys. You're on a veterans organization here, so sometimes this is adult content. So women will complain about their vibrator dying in mid-act, but buying electric car is a great idea.
I mean, I guess if you have batteries, right? You always got backup batteries.
Yeah.
You never know.
I always wonder why they didn't make them extension cord. You can plug them in. I guess maybe they do. Hell, I don't know. Maybe they do. I mean, jackhammer. Anyway, we don't go down that rabbit hole much. But well, Vincent, if you want to hang around, brother, appreciate it. We'll do some funny memes here and some little funny videos. You can hang around and watch it if you want to.
I would love to, except for my little 8-year-old is a karate master, and I've got, as I was talking about scheduling. Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays are karate night, and I've been doing so much traveling with our expansion. I gotta take the hat off from veteran to dad time. It's time to clock in for some dad duties.
Hey, I totally understand. I got once in a while I gotta go from veteran to pawpaw and back to veteran again. So I understand. Well, anyway, let me give you a proper goodbye, guys. Vincent Morales, Veterans Community Project. Great dude, man. Friend of mine. We're on Facebook. He gets to see some of my ignorant shit post on there. Here's how you tell Vincent real quick if it's mine or my wife's. We share the same Facebook account. I got one I do for comedy, a different one, right? But if it's smart and it's readable and you can understand it, it's probably my wife. It's probably Shelly. Okay. If it's rambling, incoherent, and stupid, it's mine. Okay. That's how you can tell. So if you're wondering, what? Oh, that's Richie. That's got to be him. What? If it's not something nice and articulate to her, okay, well, that's Shelly. Just ask her. If you want any serious questions about the household, just ask her. Okay. But that being said, brother, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us here. We appreciate that. You know, you're always welcome here, no matter what. If you got a project going on, you want to come on, you want to pimp it out, wherever, just come on. Feel free. Just hit me up and say, man, can I get a spot? You absolutely got a spot. Okay.
Oh, 100%. And talk about projects. I'll give you my side hustle and my project. I think I told you about before about my podcast. Classes of Veteran. If you got it, it's on Apple, Spotify, all the other great things out there. You talked about the adult content. It is not affiliated with Veterans Community Project in any way. It is real. It's real veterans telling real stories about their time in the military. So,
okay, well, give us that name again and time, dates, and all that. We're gonna get a hold of you.
Classes of Veteran, and because I'm so busy, I actually pre-record and I just put it out there for content for listening. So I don't do it live. That's why I said I know you're a tech genius because I can't even get this to work. You got like the Google machine where you got an American flag in the back. You got people talking. I just get on there and bump my soup cooler and I mess that up. So you're on top of it, brother.
Well, I'll tell you what, bring me on your show and I'll make your fans glad.
Oh,
the pimp come on there. Okay, the pimp come on there.
yeah,
Guys,
come on, brother.
Hey, brother, anytime. Guys, Vincent Morales, great dude, friend of mine. Look him up, Veterans Community Project. If you can help in any way, they would love for you to help. Hey, listen, even if you come by and say hi to them, tell them they're doing a good job, because words go a long way, man. People love to hear, people get down. Somebody says, you're doing a good job. It just pumps you up. So, yeah, I am, man. So, Vincent, brother, I look forward to having you back on again. I'll get a hold of you again to bring you back on there and keep telling us about what you're doing. We are interested and love what you do.
100%. And I promise you, I will be at Warrior Fest. There is no way around. I will be there because I have never been to one. I'm dying to go to one. I always see them. I just never fit my schedule. This year it's going to fit my schedule.
Well, they're going to have comedians. Now we're going to have some clean comedy.
Okay.
And they'll be sectioned off from the adult comedy. Adult comedy usually later on because I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity. And we're going to have a couple bands play. It's a one-day event. Midnight, we're done. We're done cleaning the hell up. So getting the stuff out there. We're going to get it on. You're going to have a good time. I get to run the mic. I get to beat my gums. Usually it's about nothing important, but people go, hurry up, get off stage. All right, great. Yeah, hey, I got to clap. I got the ball. But brother, I'll see you then. Look for the information as it comes up. Like I said, I'm trying to get bands together.
Okay.
And already got a couple comedians. I got Damon Tater Spray performing. I got the Roy Anthony. He's one of the hosts on our network here. And then I'm going to be performing. That's three of us. I'm get a couple more. So we're going to lay it down. Some good, awesome comedy. The bands I'm bringing in, they're all great. They're going to rock you. So I'll see you then, brother. You come and talk to me. I'll tell you what I'll do. You and one other person. I'll let you and your wife or whatever in free.
Outstanding, brother. Thank you.
But anybody past that costs $10 a head.
Hey, not a problem, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your listeners out there, brother. I appreciate you allowing me to spread the mission. Thank you for your service, and to everybody listening. Truly, thank you for being an American worth serving for. That's why we did this, man. And it's amazing now. Thank you very much.
No, not a problem. Guys, that's Vincent Morales. Vince, you take care of yourself, brother. I'm going to go on. Yep, thank you, man. Guys, that's Vincent Morales. Man, community project. What an awesome guy. He does a lot of great and awesome stuff out there. Check him out online and check out the whole organization. They do a lot of great things. All right, we're going to go on to do some funny memes and stuff like that. Hope I didn't bore everybody to death and lose fans. When I bring these guys on, I'm trying not to lose fans because some people get bored and want something else. But bring them on just so we can have a little variety, a little spice. All right, before we do anything further, here you go. Here's comedy special comedy vets stand-up comedy Saturday, September 24th at 8 p.m. It's a special appearance by Jeff Onyx featuring David Scott and myself as the bad man of comedy. I'm going to be headlining this thing. Tickets are $10 a person. It's a family-friendly show. Any questions, call me at 816-632-0350. It's here at the old school. The address here is 116 West 4th Street, Cameron, Missouri. That's, I'll make sure I'm correct. Yes, it's 116 West 4th Street, Cameron, Missouri. Come on out and have a good time. We've got a couple of bands play for y'all and some comedians. It's going to be a great time. Okay. Today we're going to get into some of our memes. Here we go. Y'all know the Queen died, right? The This was sent to me by I stole this from a friend of mine. I told him I was going to use it, and here it is. How thoughtful of Uncle Joe. Dear Queen, sorry about your death. I really like Bohemian Rhapsody. Joe, I kind of wrote one temporary that he went there and he expected, or Joe Biden found out the Queen died. He went to England because he thought it was Elton John. Okay. Number 2. 9-letter words means intoxicated. Shit-faced. Yep. I was that kid. Although I would have said shit-faced because I couldn't spell it. How many letters I had in it, but yeah. Stop killing duct tape. Or stop killing ducks to make duct tape. I don't know. Okay. Thank God, Smoking in the Boys' Room was released in 1973. Had it been today, we'd have vaping in a gender neutral area. That's funny. That's funny. 100% electric. I was on I-90 outside Sioux Falls. That's a Tesla. It's got the Tesla emblem on the car. They got a powered generator, which is run by gas, by the way. Wrong. Hey, they said I look hotter if I took a picture with a filter. Oh, you tell me. 2022 Tesla, California edition. Now, this next piece, this next one, y'all going to get a kick out of this next one. Let me get that off here. This next one, and I got to put my spectacles on so I can see this damn thing. Here we go. With Halloween approaching, I know a lot of people are going to have a lot of different costumes. I'm either going to be a fat Michael Myers or just dress my Indian motif, paint my face up, do that. I like the Indian thing. That's what I'm accustomed doing. But anyway, Kid Rock has an interesting one. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but here's Kid Rock's. Well, this could be Dr. Phil. Kid Rock looks like Dr. Phil dressed up like Kid Rock for Halloween. All right, that's a meme there. I'll go back to. Dean certainly said soup cooler. I'm stealing that one. Nice. All right, let's go to some videos. This video here is a different way to flush a stool. I want you to comment on here if you like the idea or not.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you.
Step on it.
Baby.
Yes.
No.
I actually think that's a great idea. I think it's cool. I'd be the only one I know in my family to have one of these things, man. What seems to be the major malfunction? I don't know, but that's funny. All right. I got to kind of turn the screws a little bit politically here.
Don't let your lion eyes and ears deceive you. Let's watch.
And the donor class can't just sit back on the sidelines and say, oh, well, don't worry, this will all work itself out. They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. And that's a fact.
What? Wait,
y'all
what
heard
did you say?
that?
Hold on.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. And that's a fact.
Hold on. Let's hear that again.
Still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. And that's a fact. And the donor class.
Wait. So he just said that they're gonna have to put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact. So he's calling for the assassination of President Trump. Is anybody going to do anything about these people? I mean, they are lawless criminals.
Here's the deal, man. It does feel one-sided. That's what it does feel that way. Is it? Depends on who you ask. Okay. A lot of times if someone says something on your party, on your platform, right, and you support what they do, if they say something that's not right, you say, well, they misspoke. Now, understand something about misspoke. Misspoke once, all right, whatever. Your brain's probably going faster than your lips, okay, whatever. But 2, 3, 4, 5 times, it's no longer misspoke. That's how you really feel, okay? So stop saying this guy misspoke all the time, but yet when the guy on the other side, the opponent, says something, and you take it to heart and they say, well, he misspoke. No. We need to be more fair to each other, okay? So I don't know. We need to do something about this talk. We shouldn't talk about any president. Shouldn't talk about killing any president. That's just or any former president or anybody like that, especially when you're up there in the Senate. You should not be talking like that. If you don't like him, vote. Vote is a good thing. Utilize your right to vote. That's my opinion. All right, here's a couple of dinosaurs. I don't know if you've seen these or not. They're acting out the scene of Full Metal Jacket.
What's your excuse?
Sir, excuse for what, sir?
I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you shook up? Are you nervous?
Sir, I am, sir.
Do I make you nervous?
Sir.
Sir, what? Are you about to call me an asshole?
Sir, no, sir.
How tall are you, Private?
Sir, 5'9", sir.
5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit. It looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. I think you've been cheated. Where in the hell are you from anyway, Private?
Sir, Texas, sir.
Holy dog shit. Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, Private Cowboy. And you don't much look like a steer to me, so that kind of narrows it down. Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Are you a Peter Pupper?
Sir, no, sir.
I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
Yeah, wow. That's a guy, a legend. That just never gets old. Anything he does never gets old. All right, you tell me if you agree or if you disagree with this one. Agree or disagree, please.
I checked before I came in today to see if Eric Chauvin was charged with a hate crime. I want to be sure. And he's not. Now, why is that important? They could not prove, even though this man should rot in jail forever, they could not prove that what he did to George Floyd was racist. But they set this country on fire with that lie. What he did was wrong. What he did was terrible. He should be in jail for it. But if he had done it to a white person, an Asian person, or a Jewish person, it would have been just as bad.
Right.
But they told the lie that he did it because the man was black. And Tucker, that was a damn lie. And it set this country on fire. For a whole year, people fighting, burning. I don't know how many people died in those riots. Why? Because they needed to win an election, and they needed to convince black people that they were inferior. And they needed to make white people live in condemnation. That was their plan. And they did it.
So they have a built-in incentive because of our system to create race hate.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Believe me, they're going to try it again. When Joe Biden stood in front of Martin Luther King's tomb and said, if you don't vote for my voting rights bill, you're George Wallace, you're Bull Connor. He's setting it up now, man. They're already giving Black Lives Matter money to go out there and burn America down if they don't get what they want. They'll burn this country down and dance on the ashes. We have to come to a conclusion, like Ronald Reagan did when he called the Soviet Union evil, and we defeated them. When Churchill and Roosevelt called Nazism evil, and we defeated it. When Abraham Lincoln finally called slavery evil, and we defeated it. We no longer have policy disagreements with these people. We have to call them what they are. And in my book, 25 Lies, I call them evil. The Democrat Party is an evil organization. And there are good people in it that vote for them and don't know it. This book helps us to define what that evil is so we can save our children so we can save our friends, so we can save our neighbors from this evil institution. Because every time they've gotten power, they've murdered Americans, they've started race hatred and strife, and they've burned this country. And I've seen so many people go to jail, so many people died, so many people, the destroyed potential because the Democratic Party says we want power. Think about all of the wasted potential in the ghettos because they won't teach a young boy how to read. And there's a private school down the street that will do it for 80% less than they will. And they said, no, we won't send you to it. Now, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you let that 6-year-old boy go and learn his religion, learn how to be a man, learn to read? Why wouldn't you do it? They need him to vote for them. They need him under control. They need a slave in the cotton field. That's his value to me. That's who they are, and that's why they're evil.
All right. Do you guys agree, disagree with what he said? Y'all let me know. All right. We're going to do a little, some comedy parts today. We got some funny dissing. This is guys that talking crap, some gang members, not gang members. It's just funny. Fun on Facebook. You guys are, excuse me, fun on TikTok. You guys tell me what you think.
I own these streets right here, homie.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's cool. So, like, you're into real estate or you work for the city or what?
No. I mean, I run these streets.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm really trying to get into fitness too, you know? Like, so you're running a marathon or what?
Nah, homie. You know what? Where you from?
Well, I mean, I was born in Chicago, but then I moved to Fresno when I was like 5 years old. And then, you know, I kind of hopped around and stuff. And then I moved here when I was like 17, I want to say. But me and my brother's birth certificate got mixed up. So, like, legally, I'm from Indiana. But don't tell anybody.
No, fool. What? You're telling him your whole life story, fool. He's asking where you're from, homie. It doesn't mean where you were born and all that.
He's asking me where I'm from.
I know, but, like, pay attention more. You know, you're taking it too for real, fool. God.
Nah, homie, I mean, do you bang, homie? Do you bang?
Oh, where do I bank?
No.
Chase.
Chase?
Yeah, fool, I tried banking with Wells Fargo, but their overdraft fees are, like, ridiculous, fool. And, like, Chase is cool for, like, people like me, you know. My credit score was low, so...
I mean, bang, fool. Bang.
Bang.
Bang. Oh, with a G. Oh, bang.
Yeah, what do you bang?
Look, man, I don't kiss and tell, you know. That's my privacy, fool. Like, who I'm sleeping with is none of your business. And plus, I just met you. I'm not going to tell you who I'm banging. Like, that's weird. This fool's weird.
No, that's weird, but that's not what he means, dog. Look, hey, compa, break it down like you're talking to like an 8-year-old kid, then explain.
Okay, so let's just say, homie, you're with your specific clica, the homies you normally kick it with and show up to different venues or places together.
Hell yeah, dog, my clica, hell yeah, fool.
All right, what do they call you when you show up like that?
What they call us? I don't know. My homies, my BFF?
He does call us his BFFs. I told him to stop saying that.
Yo, I don't know what you're trying to say, fool. Like, you're confusing me, dog.
All right. Check this out, homie. All right? You're getting ready to go out for the night with your clica. You go into your closet. You pick out your outfit. What colors do you decide to wear?
Well, last time I went out, I wore blue.
Okay, that's what's up, homie. All right.
But to be honest with you, I like all colors, especially right now. I like lighter colors, fool, because it's summer, and like the more vibrant colors like reflect off of the sun, and you know, I don't like the heat too much, so I like turquoise, orange, and all those colors, you know what I mean? I don't discriminate any colors, fool.
Look, fool, if you don't bang, just say you don't bang, all right?
But I do bang.
Hell yeah, fool.
Then what do you bang?
My girlfriend.
Okay.
You know what, homie, just forget it, eh? All right?
Something else. Not something else. All right. I've been playing some Chuck Norris jokes on here, and I'm gonna play another Chuck Norris, a set of Chuck Norris jokes about the same guy. He got some good ones. Some of them not so good, but you determine, and let me know if you like it.
Chuck Norris's tears can cure cancer. Problem is, he's never cried. Chuck Norris can kill 2 stones with 1 bird. When a building's on fire, Chuck Norris walks in. The Chuck Norris alarm rings. Chuck Norris once roundhouse kicked a man so hard it was felt by his ancestors, 7 generations prior. Scientists have been wrong about the Big Bang Theory all along. That was just Chuck Norris farting as a baby. Chuck Norris once visited the Virgin Islands. Now, they're just known as the Islands. Chuck Norris uses pepper spray on his steaks to add flavor. Outer space stays in outer space because it's afraid to share an atmosphere with Chuck Norris. The Flash learned to run at the speed of light when he discovered Chuck Norris was looking for him. Chuck Norris can make onions cry. Chuck Norris never retreats. He's simply a tax in the other direction. Chuck Norris doesn't have to pay taxes. The IRS pays him. When Chuck Norris goes bowling, he hits every pin in the alley. Then he makes a strike. When Chuck Norris does division, there are never any remainders. Chuck Norris never calls the wrong number. You just picked up the wrong phone. Chuck Norris punches people so hard their blood starts bleeding. Chuck Norris has found the last digit of pi. When Chuck Norris walks in a room, he doesn't turn on the lights. He turns off the dark. The Loch Ness Monster brags about seeing Chuck Norris. You want to hear Chuck Norris's heartbeat? Listen to the U.S. national anthem. Chuck Norris is the narrator of Morgan Freeman's life. When Chuck Norris went to college, he sat down with his dad. He said, "Dad, you're the man of the house now." When Chuck Norris watches a video online, he can skip all the ads. Ads can't skip Chuck Norris. Whenever Chuck Norris plays dodgeball, the dodgeballs try to dodge Chuck Norris. If it looks like chicken, tastes like chicken, feels like chicken, but Chuck Norris says it's beef, it's beef.
Writes them or what? I had a Chuck Norris book one time, had all them jokes and them stuff, and it wasn't very thick then. It's got a lot thicker now, and a lot of people doing all kind of Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris, great man. It's gonna be a great loss in this country when he dies. If he gets buried somewhere around where I'm at, I'm gonna try to go if I could drive there. Anyway, all right. This last bit here is from one of the greatest comedians. I mean, he's country through and through. He was on Blue Collar Television. He was a founder of that. He started that. Mr. Jeff Foxworthy. You might be a redneck and all these kind of things. Well, he's got a bit about his wife. He's much older now, so here's little Jeff Foxworthy. Please enjoy.
I love my sweet little wife to death, but she is a talker. She could talk 3 dogs off a meat wagon. And she's also what they call a verbal processor, which means every time she has a thought or an idea, she doesn't just think it, she says it out loud. So every morning during lockdown, I would get up and pour myself a cup of coffee, and I would turn around, and there she would be. And every morning it would be like, have you put any thought of where we're going to go when this pandemic is over? Because I've got to get out of this house. And talking about out of this house, you are not going to believe what I found out about the family that moved in down the street. I told you I thought that lady looked weird. By the way, there's another light burned out in the kitchen, and I can't cook in the dark, so Mr. Buster, if you want to eat, you might want to pull the ladder out. Why is it so hot in here? Are you not hot? I am burning up. Robin told me she can't find toilet paper anywhere, that people are hoarding it, and I think there ought to be an express line in hell for anybody that hoards toilet paper. That is so, so wrong. Oh, my God, I just saw my butt in the mirror. Why didn't you say something to me? It's getting as wide as a school bus. It's a wonder I'm not knocking lamps off the table. I had the weirdest dream last night. I dreamed that your mother and Will Smith got married, and that's not even the weird part. The weird thing is they were jumping on the trampoline with fireman helmets on and saying their vows. What do you think that is all about? Why are you looking at me like that? Is my hair messed up? All right, now concentrate. I want you to help me think of somebody we can set my cousin Kyle up with. Bless his heart, he's all by himself and he needs somebody. And talking about needs, I need you to look at my car because the check engine light's been on for a while. And when I say a while, I mean a few months. And every time I drive it, there's a burning smell. And I don't think it's supposed to do that. Oh, my God, what if Kyle is gay and he hadn't come out of the closet yet? Hey, say a little prayer for Chip and Jennifer's grandson. He's getting circumcised today. And speaking of 30% off, that necklace I've been wanting's on sale. So if you want to go ahead and get it for me for my birthday, that would be all right. Hey, if Kyle is gay, do you know somebody we could set him up with? Because you work in show business and there are a lot of gay people in show business. I know you're going to roll your eyes at this and tell me it's too far down the road, but for next year's 4th of July picnic, should I make potato salad like I did this year, or should I make that baked macaroni stuff with the feta cheese and the tomatoes in that I made a few weeks ago and you loved it? I could do either one. It doesn't really matter to me. And what's the deal with your brother lately? He has become such a moody Judy, I don't even want to talk to him. Why are you making a noose? Untie that from the ceiling fan and get off the bed. You're messing up all my pillows. My day every day during lockdown.
Some people don't appreciate his comedy. He is one of the greatest comedians ever because he does a lot of study, a lot of homework, puts a lot into it, analyzes the situation. diagnose where that punchline should go or how it's set up. You know, you got to have 4 aspects to a joke. Not all jokes have that. Not all jokes are capable of having that. See, but all jokes have a setup and a punchline. Period. It's a lot of, and it's supposed to have a premise, okay, and a tag. That's your 4 things: tag, premise, setup, punchline. Punchline should always be at the end of the joke. Sometimes it's at the front. Sometimes that's the way it works. Okay, except story jokes. Story jokes they're different because you're telling a story, and the story has to end with how it ended. Okay. Other than that, but that's hey, Miller has a joke. He knows all that. He sets everything up perfectly. He's a good comedian. I mean, I love him. He's not my favorite by any means, but I like the I like a little more adult style comedy. Maybe that's Jeff Foxworthy. So, guys, comment and tell me what you think about all that, and if you guys like that or not. I see got a few people sticking around. Appreciate you guys hanging around with us. Guys, Vincent Morales, great dude. Great having him on here today with us. He quite a man, military guy himself. So he just speaking the walk. He's walking that walk. So that's good for him. All right, let's get on into some more of these most dangerous people. All right. We left off with John Dillinger, okay, from Indiana. All right. Go to the next slide. Minnesota, Paul Michael Stefani. Hope I said that name right. He was a killer. He killed a number of women around Minneapolis and in St. Paul in the 1980s. A lot of killers from up north. That's weird, huh? The murders are, he pled with him to find him, saying he couldn't stop killing because of he was known as a weepy voice killer because of the remorse way he would sound on his calls. I remember this guy. Yeah, he sounded like a real when he cried. Huh. Weepy voice killer, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, look at this dude. This is out of Maryland. Number 24 is out of Maryland. Joe Matheny. Joe Matheny might be one of the scariest killers on this list, and is certainly one of the most dangerous people from Maryland. He is known to have killed 5 people, but the most shocking about his crime is he frequently ate flesh of his victims. And may have also cooked them into hamburgers, which he sold to unwitting people. What a crazy man. And they got me on medicine. Yeah, okay. 25 is out of Tennessee. Michael Cummins. Back to Diesel, Michael Cummins. On April 2019, the people of Tennessee were left reeling after the deadliest mass killing in over 20 years. And a total of 8 victims were found across Sumner County, including one which was headless. The killings were perpetrated by Michael, who is still awaiting to stand trial owing to delays. Because of delays. It was 2019, this is 2022, and he's still waiting to stand trial. Wow. Okay. Missouri. There we go. John Robinson. I don't know if he's the worst one in the state of Missouri or not. We've had a few people out of here. Robert Berdella was one of them. But anyway, this guy here is a good choice, though. He might look like a sweet man, but this is one of the most deadliest serial killers to come from the state of Missouri. John Robinson was sentenced to death not once, but twice, and is thought to have killed many more than 3 people he is convicted for. Many of his suggested victims vanished without a trace and still never have been found. I heard, and again, this is not misinformation, so relax, YouTube. But I heard there was a tree shredder involved. He hid him in 55-gallon drum barrels. Just all kind of ways just to dispose of a body. That's too bad. Number 27, Oklahoma. Michael Patrick Smith. Michael Patrick Smith. This one is confirmed Michael Patrick has actually have been described as the most dangerous man to ever be admitted in the prison system of Oklahoma. Since being admitted, he has killed multiple other inmates and prison guards and has to have special cell built for him because of his lethality. Man, don't he look like your old chubby uncle? He looks like your old chubby uncle who sits on the porch strumming a guitar or a harmonica or something singing to you. It just goes to show you, man. You know, most of these guys look like they're just regular people. You know, regular people. Number 28 is Connecticut. William Devon Howe. William Devon Howe. Mr. Howe is widely known as one of the most dangerous people in Connecticut's history. His victims all women, of course they are, and disappeared in 2003. But some of their bodies weren't found until the late 2015, 2017. While already in prison for manslaughter, he was convicted of 6 life sentences equaling 360 years prison. 360 years in prison. Holy crap. Next guy. Kentucky. Boone Hellam. Boone Hellam. Boy, this is an old photo. The Kentucky Cannibal. That's what they called him. Maybe one of the earliest American serial killers, as well as one of the most dangerous people from Kentucky. As in obvious from his name, he's known for eating many of his murder victims, sometimes for several, but sometimes for survival, but sometimes for plain enjoyment. Didn't we do a Kentucky a while ago? I thought we did. Nevada. Patrick McKenna. This guy's got on glasses and some sort of mitten type things. Patrick McKenna is widely known as Nevada's most dangerous prisoner. Before his death, he was the longest serving inmate on death row in the state and was first sent to prison when he was just 14. During his time in prison, he killed a correction officer and his own cellmate. Wow. Wow. Alabama. Joseph Dewey Akin. No picture for him. It must be the bottle. He was a nurse responsible for the lives of others, and he took the power and used it to lives instead of saving them. On a 10-year period at around 20 different healthcare facilities, it's suspected that he's responsible for killing 100 people. He pled guilty to killing one person with a lethal dose of lidocaine. Didn't have his picture on there. Not sure about that. Here's Arkansas, number 32. Andrew Golden Mitchell. Oh, Andrew Golden and Mitchell Jackson. Pair of the brothers. This pair of young boys were actually school shooters. Man, that's sad. At only 11 and 13 years of age at the time of their crimes, the fact that they were still alive following the attack, paired with the scarily young age they were when they murdered, making them the most notorious killers in the state. They were even released from prison at the age of 21. Arkansas, and listen, if they're that damn dangerous, how are they still, how are they out? Colorado. We'll stop there. We'll go check comments. All right. So far, nobody's commenting. Good, we'll keep moving along. Colorado. Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. Another pair of young men responsible for another horrific school shooting. These guys suck. This pair was responsible for a 1999 Columbine High School shooting. Okay, that's where I remember their names. I remember that name. Yeah, which they'd been planning for over a year. It was said that they wanted revenge on the people who had bullied them. They killed 12 students and one teacher before killing themselves. What a waste. Waste of youth. Troubled youth. Stephen Brian Pennell. Stephen Brian Pennell, however you want to say it. Pennell. Known as a Route 40 killer, Pennell is the only known serial killer in the history of the state of Delaware who was executed in 1992 for 3 murders and was actually the first execution in Delaware since 1976 to commit his crimes and what would hunt down women on their particular highway route. Why? Oh, here she is. The queen of killing herself. This lady here was something else now. I've seen a movie on her. She was something else. Come out of Florida. Elaine Wuornos. Elaine Wuornos is one of the most famous serial killers to come out of Florida and also one of the most dangerous. She was responsible for the murder of 6 men between 1989 and 1990. She was executed in 2012 for her crimes, but her story has inspired lots of attention, including a movie about her life, Monster. She was something now. That lady there, she hated men. She had a rough life. I have no doubt about that. No doubt at all. This is sad and tragic. Number 36 comes out of Hawaii. Byron. Oh boy. Yusugi was Xerox technician who worked in the Xerox engineering system office in Honolulu, Hawaii. He was eventually caught by the police for his crimes and went to done the worst mass murder in Hawaiian history. He shot 7 people in the office before fleeing in a van. Wow. Idaho. James Wood. I've read about this guy too. James Wood. Out of Idaho. James Wood was responsible for the kidnapping and murder of 11 girls in 1993. This alone would be horrific enough and was enough to convict him. But he was also responsible for at least 85 rapes, dozen murders, and 185 robberies. You know what? I probably shouldn't say this, but good riddance. Iowa strikes in here. They got to put her in here. Iowa got Robert Ben Rhodes. I remember this guy too. Also known as a truck stop killer. Yep, that's right. Rhodes was a trucker who made the cab and his semi-truck a place where he would trap and torture his victims. He was believed to have been responsible for the rape and murder of 50 women. Only 3 victims were confirmed for definite. Kansas. Yeah, he's got this guy here. Oh, I didn't say the chest, but I remember when they got this dude. This guy wanted to be caught. Number 39, Kansas. Dennis Rader out of Kansas. The BTK killer, buy and torture kill killer. Rader was responsible for the murders of 10 people in Kansas. Yep, this guy was a park guy. Gives you a code enforcer. He's a code enforcer, what he was. And responsible for the murders of 10 people. And outside, he was a hard-working family man, but really he was a murderer who was taunt authorities with clues, which eventually led to his capture. Yeah, it's too bad. Mississippi, Edgar Ray Killen. Edgar Ray Killen. Killen was a murderer whose crimes inspired the movie Mississippi Burning. I thought so. In 1964, he planned to carry out the murder of 3 men, civil rights workers James Chaney, Andrew Goldman, and Michael Schwerner. He was convicted of their murders. I remember that movie. Movie something else. Okay. Montana. Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski. You guys know him all as a Unabomber. Okay. Ted Kaczynski was later known as the Unabomber, hailed from the backwoods of Montana. He was responsible for building his own bombs and mailing them to between 1978 and 1995, and named the Unabomber came from the combination of university and airline, which were his main targets. '42, Nebraska, Charles Starkweather and Corey Fuelgate, like the modern day Bonnie and Clyde. The murder spree of Charles Starkweather and his girlfriend Carol Fuelgate began in Nebraska in 1958. He was 20 years old and she was 14. In 7 days, Starkweather and the suspected Fugate murdered 11 people, including Fugate's own mother, stepfather, and half-sister. The rest of their murders were taken on the road throughout the state. They didn't do that. That was back. Wow, that was back forever ago. Dean said she was originally from Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, watch it. I did watch it. That was good. I mean, I don't know how to say it, but let's say it like this. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was pretty somewhat accurate. They always Hollywood them, so they're never 100% accurate. But here, okay. Number 43, New Hampshire. Threw the hat in the ring with H.H. Holmes. H.H. Holmes was born in New Hampshire in 1861. He began his life of crime with con games, which later turned to murder. He was known for America's first serial killer and was responsible for the death of around 200 people. He built a house specifically for his murder spree known as the Murder Castle. That is right. That is correct. Come on, really? Number 44, New Mexico, Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid? Wow. All right, you want dangerous? Okay. Billy the Kid became a legend of the Wild West, and it's a name you've undoubtedly heard. He claimed to have killed 21 people and was also involved in the Lincoln County War in New Mexico. He was captured and sentenced to death for the murder of a law officer, but he then escaped and killed some more guards. He was eventually shot in 1881. I don't think he killed more guards. I think he killed one guard. I think it was a sheriff, and then the deputy he killed when he escaped. Anyway, he was eventually shot in 1881 by Pat Garrett. I don't say that. That's a fact. North Carolina. That would, for some reason, they already had this one. This guy already was on there for North Carolina. Yeah. That's weird. I gotta look up Tupac or Big E. I said it again, Big E. North Dakota, Harry Lewis Kerrigan. The reason that killer Kerrigan was sentenced to death was a murder he committed in Alaska back in 1949 due to a problem in the way of Kerrigan's confession to being intimidated. He actually had his sentence reversed. He was then thrown in prison for 9 years on charge of rape, but paroled in 1960. His release saw him abducting, assaulting, and murdering a number of women. He was caught again and received a 40-year sentence. Well, man, that guy, yeah. Some people just, I mean, you shouldn't say it, but some people just need to be shot. Rhode Island, the Patricia crime family. Here we go. The notorious crime family was actually brought down due to the criminal turned informant Whitey Bulger. Okay, yeah, I remember this show. The family was the largest organized crime group in Rhode Island. They've been charged time and again for racketeering until they were eventually caught thanks to Bulger's information. Yeah, let me move. All right, so South Dakota, James Burdos. James Burdos was a serial killer born in South Dakota, 1933. He was troubled childhood like so many serial killers, and his adult self developed some violent fetishes, including a shoe fetish. During his murder spree in the 1960s, he was dubbed the Shoe Fetish Slayer. He died in prison in 2006 and was also portrayed in the show Mindhunter. Okay. 49 comes in Vermont. Ted Bundy. I didn't realize he's from Vermont. I thought he was from upper Michigan or something. Anyway, Ted Bundy, one of the most notorious guys. Ted Bundy was a serial killer known around the globe. But did you know that he was born in Vermont? Bundy, the man who appeared so charming and handsome, was actually responsible for killing 36 women, but believed to have killed many more. In 1970, although he hailed from Vermont, his crimes took place mostly in Florida. He was executed in 1989. Oh, Ted Bundy. Yeah. All right, and the last one we got for today, because we got 4 minutes left to go on the show, is Wisconsin. Anessa Wheeler and Morgan Gazer. Man, can he get any younger? Another disturbing story of children being responsible for horrific crimes. This pair of 12-year-olds turned to murder when they tried to kill their friend, also 12-year-old Peyton Lanier. If you're a fan of the Slender Man myth, this pair will apparently motivate to kill their friend to impress Slender Man. I don't know what that even is. Luckily, Littner survived. All right, guys, that's your 50 most dangerous. Your 50 most dangerous people. Hope you all enjoyed that. Double Doc must get tied up. He didn't make it on. So anyway, listen, we've got 3 minutes left in the show. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Go back and watch again on YouTube. Again, I just want to say out there, we're not trying to mislead anyone, misleading information. If you're watching this show, whether you're Karen or not, come on here and say, hey, man, that wasn't right. You know, this is the actual facts. I'm a grown-ass man. That's fine. What I don't like is people going behind our back and trying to get our videos shut down all the damn time because they're too afraid to say something, or they're, of a certain political affiliation and don't like us. That's not right. That's not right at all. All right, guys. And that being said, I want to thank Vincent Morales for coming on for Veterans Community Project. What a great guy. I want to thank Dean Cerny for coming on, brother. Thank you very much. Julie, thank you. Reality Becomes, Show Mom, Beyond Life Paranormal, Justin Kinney, J-Dub, you guys, thank you all so very much for coming on. And all of you guys, if I missed y'all, I apologize. Share us out every week. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Share it out. Dean Cerny, he commented here. He says, don't let that bother you. Well, I try not to, brother, but when you're working hard to put these shows on, you're trying to be honest, and then, you get these warnings from YouTube, about election results and stuff, and you can't talk about certain things. That's restricting, and that's not what I was meaning. That pisses me off. And, anyway, whatever. Yeah, I'll let it go. We're moving on. Upward and forward, bro. Okay. Guys, I love you all. Thank you all very much for coming in. Catch me Sunday night on a Sports Church on VRS Network over there. I'll break down the NFL. Man, NFL started. It's a roaring time right now. If you're a Chiefs fan, Thursday night's your game. If you're Chargers, Thursday night's your game. If not, Sunday. A lot of injuries happen in this NFL first game. So catch up on injuries. But on behalf of Commander and Devil Doc and everyone who tunes in, I'm Richie Redneck Pimp King, the bad man of comedy, saying thank you. May the Great Spirit bless you, keep you, its face shine upon you. Dona Dagahoy, Wado Iman. Means thank you. Amen. To all you out there, be safe, be calm to one another, love one another. I'll see you guys on some of the Spreakers Backwoods Nation has on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Monday night on here on W Entertainment Network. Dona Dagahoy. I'm out.